Maxx was 18 when he learned that wanting power and surviving power were two different things. The Gemini street smelled like sweat, rust, old blood, and wet concrete. Heavy bags swung from chains overhead while fatters wove across warm mats like predators testing each other's teeth. Maxx stood near the entrance with cheat hand, raps, and bruised confidence. Coach Vale looked him over once. You here to learn how to fight, I'm here to learn everything. Vale nodded slowly. Most people say that before the first hit. A large fighter stepped onto the mat. Rusk, broad shoulders, scarred knuckles, dead calm eyes. Vale pointed, survived one round. Maxx raised his wrist, Rusk punched him in the face instantly. The world flashed white, Maxx doubled sideways, his blood filled his mouth. The gym laughed quietly, Vale folded his arm again. Anger rushed through Maxx, he charged forward wildly. Rusk moved once, a fist slammed into Max's ribs. Air vanished from his lungs, he dropped hard onto one knee, coughing. Pain burned through his body, but worse than pain was the realization that Rusk wasn't even trying. Maxx looked around the gym, nobody pitied him, nobody cared. The weak out the revolved or disappeared, he stood again. Rusk attacked. This time Maxx noticed something that showed him move before the punch. Tiny, fast, but real. He still got hit. Yeah, now the fight was slower than before. Not slow enough to win, but slow enough to learn. Rusk jab. Maxx leaned back barely enough for the punch to scrape his nose instead of breaking it. Vale's eyes sharpened there. The coach said quietly, that's the beginning. Rusk attack, harder now. Punch, kick, elbow. Maxx blocked badly in pain, exploded through his arms, but he remained standing. His breathing slow, his eyes focused. He started breathing movement instead of fearing it. Rusk won again. Maxx stuck by instinct and drove a desperate punch into Rusk's stomach. The room reacted instantly, not because the punch hurt, because it landed. Rusk stared at him, then smiled, a dangerous smile. The next punch hit Maxx so hard he crashed onto his back, staring at the ceiling lights. Everything spun, Vale's voice echoed across the mat. Stay down if you're finished. Maxx hated that word all his life. People that tried to define limits for him. Too unknown, too weak, too unrealistic, too ambitious, as if the world belonged only to people born holding power. No! Maxx rolled onto his side, and stood back up, blood dripped from his shin. Walked toward him slowly now, respectfully. Maxx lifted his fist again. This time he waited. Jab. Maxx slipped outside the punch. Cross, Maxx stepped inward, grabbed the arm, slammed his forehead into Rusk's chest. Messy, desperate, effective. Rusk back one step. Maxx took his leg behind Rusk's ankle the way he had once seen online. The technique was ugly, wrong, incomplete, but it worked enough. Rusk lost down. Maxx shoved with everything he had. The young fire hit the mat. Silence filled the gym for one impossible second. Maxx stood over him, bleeding, shaking, alive, and rose where Max's legs and efficiency. Maxx struggled but couldn't move. Rusk held him completely trapped. Vale crouched beside him. Can he regain? No, good. Maxx spread upward. Vale leaned closer, because one day it won't be one man holding you down. The gym suddenly felt quieter. Someday it'll be groups. Vale pointed toward the city outside. Then organizations for the sky. Then nations for them stars beyond the ceiling. Then worlds. Match stopped breathing for a moment. Vale through and fade, hardened, and eventually calling themselves God. Released him. Maxx slowly rose to his feet. Every note so hurt, but something deeper out of breaking. Released him. Maxx slowly rose to his feet. Every note so hurt, but something deeper had awakened. Resurrection. Vale tossed him a wooden training knife. He's barely caught it. Vale nodded toward the weapon rack. Tomorrow you learn what this can solve. Maxx looked down at the knife and around the gym. The legs no longer looked small, they looked like the first step of an endless climb. Somewhere deep inside himself, something ancient listened. Maxx had lost completely, but he now understood the first rule of survival. Defeat was temporary, adaptation comes forever.